Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube web series. This week, we are focusing on student organization experience and how that translates to student experiences in the workplace. And today we have Makenzie and Diego with us, and they are both super involved on campus, and they both hold positions within the event management office. So we thought it would be a great opportunity to showcase some of the work they do in the classroom and student orgs and in the workplace. So Makenzie and Diego, if you would like to introduce yourself, and then we'll get started with some questions.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Makenzie Schurk. I guess I just finished finals, so now I'm a senior in event management. That's kind of crazy to say. From Burlington, Iowa. Kind of why I chose Iowa State is because my brother went here for engineering, and I toured Iowa and Iowa State, and I was like, okay, let's just pick one. So I took Iowa State. Not a huge story, but I thought the campus was nice and everything like that. So that's a little bit about me.
Hi, everyone. My name is Diego Bonilla. I am now a senior majoring in event management from Woodell, Illinois. Reason why I chose ISU, actually, I came in as an engineering student my freshman year, and I changed into event management just because through my different kind of clubs and organizations that I've been a part of, kind of made me switch from engineering to doing events because that's something more that I feel more comfortable with and more something that I kind of want to do with my life. So yeah, plus the campus is beautiful and yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for being with us. And Diego, I didn't know that about you, so that was a fun little tidbit. I've known you for a while, but still learning a lot about everyone in the office. If you guys could talk to us about what organizations are you a part of on campus, and maybe a little bit about how you found those organizations and went through the process to join.
Yeah, so for me, I'm right now I'm the president for ISU After programming board that we put on 3 events per semester. And I'm also one of the vice president of membership for the Student Union Board, which is also another programming board here on campus that kind of does a variety of different events, such as like concerts, free movies, and comedy acts. So, and the way I first joined sub Student Board during DIS, which is Destination Iowa State, and I kind of just looked through the different organizations that were there, and I saw sub was passing out like free cups and different kind of pamphlets and showcasing their kind of events that they do throughout the semester. So that kind of like hooked me in because they also have Cyclone Cinema, which I also really like movies. So that's kind of like my hook into that. And I just started volunteering for more of their events and just started loving the environment and the people there. So I'm been part of it ever since. And after dark, I kind of joined going into my second year with sub, and that was just through a mutual friend within After Dark. We kind of just she kind of just showed me what After Dark was, kind of like a subcategory of sub basically, which they also do events. So that's kind of how I weaved in through my organizations, and I'm still part of it today. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and kind of bouncing off of Diego with like After Dark. Last year I served as Diego's vice president of After Dark. Kind of the things I'm involved with this year is I'm president of my sorority Sigma Kappa on campus, and also I'm a College of Human Sciences ambassador. And kind of how I got involved with all those is I did primary recruitment my freshman year, and that's how I got involved with my sorority and kind of worked my way up the leadership pole. I always knew I wanted to be a leader on campus. I think when you come to college, it's kind of like a new life from high school. Therefore, I wanted to get involved and meet new people, which is how I met Diego. It's kind of funny because Diego and I met through After Dark, and we were total strangers a year ago, and now he's one of my best friends. So it's just kind of funny that we work in the same office, we do volunteer stuff together. So it just comes all full circle once you get involved on campus.
Yeah, that's so true. You never know where you're going to meet people or where you're going to make some of your best friends. And like you said, now you're working together, you're in organizations together, and you're friends. So that is great. Um, with your event management majors, you're in the classroom learning a lot of knowledge and insight about the industry. Can you tell us a little bit about how you translate that into event planning for your different organizations, or maybe how that translates into your work within the event management office? How you apply some of those concepts?
Yeah, so I think one of the main things why I wanted to major in event management, I originally started out in apparel merchandising and design. And then I was like, I'm such a planner, I'm very organized. So I think one of the main thing about event management is getting in all those little details for those events. Like something you don't think about is like the setup for the room, all the technology you need for a room. If the room needs a podium, if it needs a cocktail table, different things like that. So something like with working in the office and like doing stuff with my events as well, with my sorority, it's nice to get in those little details and not hesitate to ask for things within the event management office because they're free. I mean, all of our spaces are free to student organizations, like certain items and stuff like that.
Yeah, for me, like through my experience, you learn a lot within the event management industry, whether it's like ROI, return on investments, different incentives and like meetings and things like that, human resources and other kind of ventures like that, kind of really help me put those tactics into like what I do in After Dark and Sub. So for like Sub, basically, one of my role as the VP of membership is basically recruitment and retention for our members. So basically just finding different ways and different kind of marketing tactics, I guess, to kind of gear more towards everybody else and kind of hook them into Sub. So learning different tactics within like my incentives class basically kind of helped me learn new ways and new tactics, just kind of like pull people more into like what Sub is and what benefits they kind of get from it. And from the management office, that's really helpful a lot too, because you do get to see like behind the scenes of different orgs or different kind of events that I do for After Dark, especially After Dark, because that's a huge event that takes place from 9 to 1 a.m. in the morning. And that just kind of, it's really cool being in the event management office and doing all these different room setups and different requests that come in. You get to see that behind the scenes of what it takes to put on an event, and that's really helped me in my like future endeavors, basically.
Yeah, that's awesome. You guys both have a really unique perspective with having kind of seeing both sides of behind the scenes planning the event and then being on the front end of your student organization doing all of the actual like marketing, setting the event date, picking the event setups, catering, things like that. So you guys have the perspective of seeing both sides. So kind of continuing on, Diego, what you were just chatting, can you guys dive a little bit deeper into some of the benefits of being behind the scenes and working in the event management office where you're having the opportunity to work with diagramming and see all of those event setups and how that's kind of impacted your event planning on the front lines in your organization, such as Sub and After Dark?
So it's really a good perspective working in both sides of it, because you do get to see that different perspective when planning an event for Sub or whatever organization you're a part of, and plus working in the event management office, because you do get to see that full circle of it. I joined the event management office in like summer 2019, and before that I was in Sub, so I already got that perspective of event planning. Was just planning the event, logistics of it, like for a concert per se. We usually pick a venue where we want it to be. We get all the different kind of materials and different logistics of that. And then joining the event management office, it really helped me kind of see the different perspective of that. You need the venue, so our office, kind of helps to kind of maneuver the person's planning basically. And just, it's really helpful because you do get to see like the room diagrams of, let's say, that concert. If you need it to be an open space, if you need how many chairs you need for a specific, like an After Dark show, if you need different kind of items, barricades, podiums, chairs, things like that. So that really helped me after joining the event management office to see how they kind of intertwine with each other, which is really good. And just kind of in the future has made me kind of be more aware of those kinds of different setups and things like that. So
yeah, I think one of my favorite things, and I know I talk about this all the time, was it's getting to see what is going on beforehand, like certain dates and like that. Certain dates, for example, like for example, on Monday nights, there's usually sorority meetings, and on Tuesday nights, there's something different. On Fridays, there's like a concert in the M shop. There's something different every single day at the MU. And also, I like seeing dates in advance. Like, we can look at dates that are going to happen 3 years for public events and different departmental events. I think that's what's really cool about being behind the scenes is you can see what other departments and student organizations are doing. And kind of that helps with like me planning an event for my sorority or even for the College of Human Sciences is I can look at a date and see, make sure it's not interfering with any other big events. That's like my favorite thing is looking at like different dates beforehand.
Yes, it's definitely helpful being able to see what rooms and spaces are available, and it helps you understand, all the requests coming in and how we're trying to fit so many different requests from different student orgs, different departments into the same space and maybe flipping a room, 3 to 4 times per day. So there's definitely a lot that happens behind the scenes. And I think you're both gaining a lot of invaluable experience and skills and knowledge going into full-time employment. Can you talk a little bit about how these experiences within student organizations and in the workplace have helped prepared you for your future career and whatever role you choose within the next year? Because you'll be graduating next May. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think what's like really important about like the College of Human Sciences and event management in general, it's all about communication and customer service. Because College of Human Sciences is you're working with people constantly. It's a people college. So therefore, it's going to help me in my future working with clients, whatever way I go with events, whether that's concerts, whether that's corporate events, whether it's still planning student orgs and departmental events, which I love to do, or even sporting events, stuff like that. No matter what, you're working with people and you're getting those hands-on communication skills with people of various ages, backgrounds, and cultures. And I think that's one of the greatest things about working within our office and on a college campus. So that's like my favorite thing. And I think like the communication skills and customer service will really prepare me for my future career in event management.
And for me, I think I'm not like 100% sure what I want to do, but I know one of the routes I kind of want to like I'm and interested in is like campus activities. So stuff like that, what I'm doing right now, just planning, just working with campus activities and planning events, things like that. So definitely my time with After Dark and with Sub and with EMO has really helped me like see that perspective and something that I've never a career option. So that's really cool. Coming in as an engineering student, I think switching to event management, that's like a whole industry that I never knew was like an option. So having these kinds of experiences, whether it's through After Dark, with Sub or EMO, just kind of helped me realize what I want to do in my life and kind of help me gain the skills that I need to prepare myself for that. So that's communication, speaking with a lot of people, and just kind of being organized and within myself and just planning events. And that's kind of what my route will be, hopefully.
Yeah, I think that's one of the amazing things about college campuses in Iowa State in general is, I've heard so many stories of people who come into college thinking that their life is going to look one way or they're going to do one thing. And then you come into college and you're just opened up to so many more experiences and different backgrounds and cultures and just so many things that can change how you want the rest of your life to look. So I think Iowa State does a really great job of engaging incoming students and having a lot of opportunities for students to kind of make those decisions for themselves. So that's really great. Do you guys have any other advice for students, whether they're just incoming students or any college students anywhere in their path?
Piece of advice I would give is to be like open-minded. I think that's a huge part about being in college and one of the most, I think, rewarding aspects of it. Just keep an open eye, keep an open mind to your experiences in college, because that's a time where you really can explore what different options you can for your future, basically, and just meet so many new people, so many friends, so many different mentors and teachers that will really help you throughout your college experience. So just keeping an open mind. Don't be afraid to try different things, because you never know if that will be a benefit to you. So.
Yeah, kind of bouncing off of Diego, I think my biggest piece of advice is to get involved. I know that's what everyone says when you come to campus, but get involved, like actually go up to your professors and talk to them, go up to people you're interested in and what major you're interested in. Like, for example, I got this job because I went up to Ashley and said, hey, are you hiring? Diego mentioned this job, and so I found Ashley in the middle of the MU during ISU After Dark, and I asked her. I said, hey, are you hiring? I need a job, you know? I just switched my major. I was nervous about going into events, but after I got this job, like I didn't realize all I could do with this major. So it doesn't hurt to make connections. You need to reach out to people because that will better you in the future with your career.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up, Makenzie, because it's true. I feel like when students do take that initiative and reach out and ask those questions, as a hiring supervisor, I'm much more willing to give those students a chance because I know that they're driven, they want an opportunity, they want to learn, and they want to be given that chance to work in the office. So I definitely agree with that and encourage students to reach out. It doesn't hurt, and you never know what opportunities could come up. So thank you so much for joining us today. It's been so great to hear from both of you and hear more of your advice and insight about being, behind the scenes and on the front lines and gaining that experience within student orgs in the classroom and in the workplace. This has been so wonderful. So thank you again for joining Jessica and I today on the MUTU, and we will look forward to seeing everybody back next week. Thank you.